This is an Eye on Annapolis special update.
This is bizarre. We are actually seeing people, faces, in person at a picnic table outside of Katcef Brothers Beverage.
You guys all still exist.
I know.
It's amazing.
I don't recognize you. Bill, you've lost a ton of weight.
Well, thank you.
The incredible disappearing man.
It's the unsweetened green tea over here.
Yes, it is.
Japan's #1 green tea.
I mean, this is fantastic. It's been, 6 months now that we've all been on the stupid Zoom calls
March
and everything
7th.
else.
Yeah.
And I think last month we said, no, screw this. We got to go find a picnic table someplace. We'll bring long cords and sit far apart and talk a little bit about beer.
And the weather cooperated with us.
Oh, this weather is
so
unbelievable.
gorgeous.
Lauren, you're speaking the language of fall.
I know. I told you guys. I will it to happen. And it did. I told you.
Sure
Nobody
did.
ever believes me, but it did.
Is there a pumpkin seltzer yet?
Oh, my God.
Huh?
If there probably...
Please, no. Please, no.
Just don't do it.
You know, I'm sure there's going to be a pumpkin seltzer, Lauren.
Well, there's going to be some really fun seltzers coming in the fall from Bud Light in this ugly sweater holiday seltzer pack. Gingerbread, peppermint. It's going to be crazy.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, is that an yes, I'm going to drink
Hold on,
them all?
I think I've got a...
No, that's like Fonzie jumped a shark.
I've got a teaser of it somewhere. Let me see if I can find it.
That sounds like a recipe gone wild.
It sounds like a something.
A peppermint seltzer.
Yeah. Which, you know what? I'm gonna
Sounds like
hold out
mouthwash.
hope that it's gonna be good. I'm gonna hold out hope.
Sounds like it could be
I
mouthwash.
had a picture of it. Yeah, probably.
Seltzers are in fuego. I mean, I heard that there is going to be kind of like a seltzer event happening.
There is in DC. Yeah. They're doing a whole instead of a beer festival, it's a seltzer festival.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's seltzer has sort of come about from I don't want to say out of nowhere, but I mean, I know when craft beer first came out, it was like that was sort of took over some of the say mainstream beers, and everybody was all about craft beer. And seltzer really has sort of come back out. I mean, I'm seeing more and more people, in bars or out on the streets, not drinking on the streets, but dining on the streets with seltzers.
Yeah, it's not going anywhere. That's for sure. I think it's only going to get bigger, and if you read the industry rags, the category is it's just absolutely exploding still. Like the trajectory is amazing. So it'll be interesting to see.
Is anybody not getting into it now?
I couldn't name one person.
Yeah, I think anybody who hasn't yet has plans to.
I just think that the marketing arm of this should go to something like, rolled gold pretzels. Remember, Costanza?
Yeah.
These pretzels.
Yeah, these pretzels are making me thirsty. And then, you go with the seltz. I mean, I'm just saying.
Oh, that could be really fun.
Right?
Like for a Seinfeld anniversary.
Right.
Like it's been however many years. Right. That's actually, Bill.
I know.
Bill,
totally.
We're totally underutilized.
Totally.
Well, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to introduce who's all here. We've got Cassie, we've got Bill, and we've got Lauren, as we normally do every month. So, but again, we're out on a picnic table. So you may hear some beer trucks rolling by periodically. You may hear some wind blowing.
Sound. It's a wonderful sound.
It is.
Bill brought some grapes.
I did.
John brought some Budweiser soap.
Oh, look at that. I came empty-handed. Sorry. I should know better.
It smells like cedar.
And one says it's a big-ass lump of coal soap.
Well, it's a brand. It's Duke Cannon. And they do have one of their flavors as being Budweiser. The Great American Beer Soap.
Well, Devil's Backbone does
tell me they're getting into soap, too.
No, they've always done it. Actually, even before, when we very first launched them, 8 years ago now probably, in the market when they very first came, they have always done 2 different soaps, and one of them was Vienna Lager, right, Bill?
Yep.
They do a Vienna Lager one and a Schwarzbier one, I think, with their black lager. They've always offered them in their little gift shop at the brewery.
Huh. Hey, speaking of Devil's Backbone, we had somebody that responded to one of the other podcasts and said, "Where can we get the Orange Smash?" And I was like, okay, so I told him, I said, Stan and Joe's, north or south, whatever you want to go, or Riverside. I know for a fact because that's where I've gotten mine. But is that and I questioned, is that seasonal?
It's not. So it's going to be year-round. We had some out-of-stock issues for quite some time because we had high expectations for that brand to start, and it blew our high expectations completely out of the water. And so they had a heck of a time keeping up with demand. So we did have over, of course, unfortunately, the peak summer months, we did have some out-of-stocks. So it was harder to find. But at this point, if you are in the greater Annapolis area, Arnold area, you can go to just about any beer, wine, packaged liquor store and ask for it, and they'll be able to get it for you. If they don't have it already, and odds are they probably have it already. For context, we got a shipment in last week and sold, I won't go into specifics, but we sold a couple thousand cases in less than 12 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
You guys are like the
crazy.
Apple iPhone of beer
Seriously,
or something.
it's like lines. If it was possible for people to come pick it up directly from our warehouse, it would probably be like Black Friday at Walmart.
Dang.
Yeah, it's wild.
You guys working on that?
Yeah.
Direct pickup at the warehouse?
Totally. No, absolutely not. There's no chance that happens.
I mean, come on, Pennsylvania's
Yeah.
got the drive-through
right?
warehouses.
No, the 3-tier system will continue to exist. I don't foresee that going anywhere anytime soon.
I'm sorry, I have to interject here. Bill, Lauren is really struggling with those Nick
Lauren,
sticks.
Bill, will you open this
Yeah.
for me? I'm having a hard time.
He also brought meat sticks, and
Hold on.
somebody can't seem to be opening the package.
They are Nick's sticks.
Nick's
Nick's
sticks. I want one of those sticks.
I'll share with you.
I'm just going to go from the bottom.
Sorry, I totally veered.
Thank you. No, it's fine. We need food. Thank you, Bill.
You're welcome.
Can always count on you.
Well, I'll tell you, the weather, and just as I was driving in, I got an alert on my phone that Big Ten is playing football again,
Yep.
which is cool because that throws in the AC and the ACC that are still playing. And we might salvage a little bit of college football this season, which is very encouraging.
I'm encouraged by any football this
With
season.
lots of Bud Light.
Absolutely. Well, I was talking to my snitch at the Military Bowl this morning, and I asked, I said, well, what is the deal with the Military Bowl? And he said, we're still planning it because the AAC and the ACC are still playing. The date is still to be announced and slimmed down, probably fewer public events. And as for fans, it's probably going to still be up to the state Naval Academy Athletic Association, as well as the city of Annapolis, to see how that goes. So
Well, we'll still come up with something fun for our Budweiser folks, and put together something with some heroes. We'll figure it out.
yeah, but that will be exciting to see how it all plays out with the football here. Navy got off to, I guess, operationally a good start. Football a little bit less than so when they took on Brigham Young, or Brigham Young took on Navy with the 55-3 loss.
Not
or something.
important.
Ooh,
Numbers aren't
yeah.
important.
Let's move on to October for that.
was-
It's, yeah.
What about the Washington football team?
Washington
They-
football team? How
they-
about that
they-
Washington football
And
team?
can I give a little bit of advice to them?
That is a significant, because it must mean the end of the world. They're starting to win.
2020 is a strange year, John.
Can we call them the Washington team football? Because I think the acronym would flow a lot better.
WTF. What up, Jay? God, Bill with the jokes today.
I'm here. I'm here for my team.
I like it.
Thank you.
like it.
Yeah, that was something, huh?
Yeah.
Who knew?
Yeah.
Who knew?
Maybe they don't need fans. Maybe they play better without fans.
Too much pressure. That's what you need as a professional athlete, to play worse when there's fans.
I've lived in D.C. for the better part of my life, and the funniest
have.
part about that is that a lot of people in D.C. will come up to you and say D.C. stands for the Dallas Cowboys. There are more Dallas Cowboys fans in Washington, D.C. than there are Washington team football fans.
It's very strange when you sit there and see different team allegiances. I mean,
Yeah.
Annapolis has a huge contingent of Squealer fans.
Yeah, it's weird. I think the state of Maryland does in general.
Penn State as
Yep.
well.
Yep.
And I know like Harrisburg in Pennsylvania, they're equally split. They're between tri-split between the Ravens, the Eagles, and the Steelers when it comes to football, which is kind of weird.
Serves you right for living in Harrisburg. Just kidding. Any
Yeah.
Harrisburg listeners, I'm only kidding.
Yeah, I don't think we have
What,
one.
you don't think this applies to them, John? I
They
on
know.
Annapolis doesn't apply to them?
They know. But what's up with fall beer? Anything?
Well, we are into Oktoberfest, the Oktoberfest beer season, which starts earlier every year, much to my and most other people's dismay, but we are well into Oktoberfest beer season. We have some really cool options this year, some different things that came. Devil's Backbone partnered with Spaten to do that Munchin' on Hops. I think we might have talked about that last month, but so that's been really cool. We've sold an obscene amount of beer. We've sold an obscene amount of Spaten. That's been really hot this year. I think this weather change is only going to help us because I love fall beer as much as the next person, and it's been even a little too hot for me to enjoy. So I think this nice little crisp air, these crisp mornings, it was 48 when I left my house this morning, are going to start pushing us all into that.
I hope it sticks. I hope the weather sticks.
Me too. And you know what? Maybe by the time winter beers come out in the end of September, it will be 55 degrees during the day. Who knows?
Refresh my memory. When did the apple beer? Were they fall? They were a fall beer, weren't they? A lot of the ciders.
Oh, the ciders?
And
no, so the ciders are typically year-round now. That's
Okay.
such a hot category. Like the kind of cider cocktails that you would do if you went pumpkin picking or apple
Right.
picking or whatever. Those kind of things tend to be like a mulled cider cocktail. That's definitely a fall drink or a winter drink. But no, the hard ciders are a year-round thing now. God, there's so many flavors. They take advantage of every season.
The other thing I want to talk to you about, Cassie, is we've got the Golden Goat, and we talked about it last time,
did.
but we weren't absolutely sure. I mean, it was just on the cusp of coming together, and it's now live and launched, and there are 10 hidden goats around town. 12.
Yeah. So, Annapolis, college football, Golden Goats. We all know what that might mean. So we have 12 Golden Goats hidden around Annapolis in various restaurants, bars, and taverns. So if you pop into one of those, you see the goat, take a picture, hashtag Golden Goat, tag Bud Light, and you have the chance to win the ultimate tailgate package. Bud Light tailgate package.
Tailgate at home.
And I'm going to
Tailgate
say
at home.
that the ultimate Bud Light tailgate package is something a little bit more than this wooden picnic bench that we're sitting on today.
Hey, don't knock the
with
picnic benches. We were excited to get these.
This is a legit
Do you
bench.
know how long
It
it
is.
took?
We're
for
in the
these to be put
cafeteria.
here?
They were in the warehouse for years.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that bee.
Whoa.
Sorry, I digress.
Nature.
little bug.
Nature.
A little bug. But, yeah, the ultimate Bud Light tailgate package has a 10 by 10 tent, right? Or maybe it's an 8 by 8. I don't know what the size. But it's got a tent. It's got, a cooler?
A tent, a cooler, 2
Cornholes?
chairs, tailgate chairs, a set of cornhole boards.
And a bunch of other swag.
Yeah, some
So
fun stuff.
it's really cool. And this goat is gold.
He is gold,
And it's hidden
and it's hidden.
in plain sight, right?
And he's got a branded Bud Light logo on him.
Okay. And all we need to do is just take a picture
Yep.
and tweet it, Instagram it, Facebook it,
Follow Mr. John Frenay, Ion Annapolis,
and tag
for more details.
Bud Light at Bud Light and hashtag Golden Goat. Simple. And you can win. You can be entered into a 1 in 5 chance, I think, of winning the ultimate tailgate if you're a weekly winner. So I say weekly, but we draw a winner each game.
So I believe the next game's sometime in October,
October 10th,
October 10th,
and then it jumps into 2 games in
October 24th, I think.
Yeah,
is the
10th,
game,
24th, and then 2
couple
in November.
So
And
stay tuned. Look for more details, more clues.
the
You could
odds
be a
are there.
winner.
And actually, it does not need to be used at tailgating at football. You could tailgate at lacrosse. You could tailgate at
It's true.
baseball. You could tailgate at croquet.
You can tailgate at croquet.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep.
That's the most Annapolis thing that's ever been said.
Yeah.
Hashtag most Annapolis things.
Hashtag tailgating at croquet.
We'll
That's
see.
like fox trotting. What do you do? What's the fox hunting?
Fox hunting. Fox hunting. That's a little different.
or
Fox trotting.
3-day eventing. You could certainly tailgate.
You trust me. I
Yeah.
have and I do.
Croquet's been
go to
outlawed in
Kentucky
D.C.
every year and
since
do
the
it.
50s.
Has it
With
really?
wine bags.
No, it's just no one does.
Bill.
I'll totally buy anything there. I don't know. But yeah, no. So the Golden Goat thing is really actually kind of fun, and you've got a list of participating places. You can find them at Ion Annapolis. Just search for Golden Goat and list them. There's 12 bars and restaurants around town. I know that local to me. The Dark Horse, the new tavern in Annapolis, Dark Horse Annapolis, is one of the locations, and Smokehouse. And, I think McGarvey's is in there.
Stan and Joe's.
Union Jacks.
How hidden are these? How hidden are these goats?
I mean,
Depends on how much
Acme,
attention
the
you're
goat.
paying.
I can't even say. I'm not allowed to say. You have to go look for them.
Is it like, Stephen King's It, where you're walking by like a
And
drainage?
it's like sticking out of the drainage.
Yeah, and is that what you're looking for?
I mean, that was the goal, but I'm not sure what each person did. They might have gotten creative with it, or some might have just, popped it inside.
Okay.
I've seen it tucked between bottles on a rack.
Okay.
So I mean, you're going up, you're looking at the bottles. Oh, do I want? What's the goat?
Pretty
there?
clever, huh, Bill?
I like it.
So we are going to do these with Ravens and the Washington football team
Team football.
as well. So we'll hide some W's in a bunch of accounts in DC.
Find the WTF
And we'll,
goat.
we'll hide a golden raven in various accounts as well. So that is to come. So more Ultimate Tailgate packages coming right up.
And that's the Bud Light Ultimate Tailgate package.
Bud
right?
Light.
Right. What are they up to?
Yes.
They still
Football.
Football.
Football is here. And so it is, like, this is the best time of year for Bud Light. Like, this is our our Oktoberfest beers. Use your words. Have Oktoberfest. Bud Light has the NFL season.
And so does Babe.
Yeah, so does Babe. Yep, so Babe's going to have some cool stuff, some rosé showers,
Woo.
opportunities to win some Babe swag instead of the
all right.
sounds
Right.
dangerous.
Back it up.
That's
What's a
called.
rosé shower?
So instead of the Gatorade shower that you do after winning a game, it's the opportunity to do it with Babe Rosé. Yeah, we recognize that the verbiage on that could be, a bit dicey. But if you know Babe and if you follow Babe's social media and the Fat Jewish on social media, you'll get it. Like it fits on with the brand. Like it is right down their alley. So we are going out with rosé showers. So similar to the Bud Light tailgate packages, there will be similar things coming from Babe during the NFL season. So I highly encourage anybody who's a Babe fan to follow them on social media. Follow at Drink Babe and at the Fat Jewish for a lot of really entertaining content.
Now the Fat Jewish, is he a stockholder in Babe,
He's
or
the
is he
founder,
just
actually? Yeah, so he's one of the founders of the brand.
So I mean, he's just not an influencer that is signed on. That's
He's
cool.
A very, very intelligent, very entrepreneurial human. He is a very, very cool person. Like, he's a maniac on social media, and you'll look at his social media and be like, this guy is on an entirely different planet, because he is. But everything he does is very well thought out and very calculated, and he's a very good businessman. He's a really smart guy.
Interesting. I just thought that was something that Babe had hired to help promote.
Babe is actually named after, this is going way back in the archives, but Babe is actually named after a series of books, the Babe Walker series, which was written by the other co-founder of Babe, of the wine. So it's a tongue-in-cheek, very kind of funny look at the life of a very privileged, very self-confident, we'll use the word self-confident, character called Babe Walker. And it's a great beach read.
That was Dave and Porter,
Yeah.
Parkinson and Porter, for those of you out there who see them out at all of our events working very, very hard. They just honked on their way to delivering some beer.
Off to go.
Probably
do
Orange
more work.
Smash. That's what it appears.
Actually, probably Orange Smash, because we just got some more this afternoon. Anyway, so Babe Wine is actually named after that character, Babe Walker, and they're, bestsellers. They're great beach reads. They're just fun, lighthearted, completely ridiculous. But that's what the wine is named after. So they started the books, founded the wine, and then carried it through social media, launched it in a bunch of major cities, and then watched it just
explode.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Awesome.
Interesting.
It's a cool story.
It is a good story. It's sort of almost as good as the Oktoberfest story that Bill.
Almost as good as Bill's Oktoberfest story.
I thought you were going to say
story.
Jack Kerouac, and I was like,
It's maybe Babe Walker is maybe in a different lane than Kerouac. Like,
all right.
What's that from Step Brothers?
Yeah.
You're about to go Kerouac on us.
Yeah.
I just got a whiff of some perfume.
I have no idea.
You know, that's the first sign of COVID.
Thanks, Phil.
I'm kidding. It could be these grapes.
As we all slide down.
Maybe
I
it's
think
the
this is
soap.
what it is. It's the soap.
It could have
I'll
been
be
the soap.
daggone.
It's probably the
It's
soap.
the soap.
The soap.
It's always
combined
the
with
soap.
grapes.
It's right in front of my face.
Always the soap, Cassie.
Cassie's got her nose in the pile of soap.
That's funny. Well, I mean, Bud Light, so Bud Light owns football.
Bud Light owns
And
football.
Bud Light and Babe.
Yeah.
That sort of alliterates.
Doesn't it? Bud Light and Babe.
Bud Light and Babe.
Buds and Babes. That was our whole, that when we very first got Babe, that was our whole summer campaign was Buds and Babes. Buckets of Budweiser and Babe.
Yep. How's the seltzer, Bud Light seltzer working out?
So Bud Light Seltzer actually just launched a new flavor pack. It's a new variety pack. It's called the Remix Pack. So it has strawberry in it, which is one of the favorites from the original variety pack, which still exists. There's still the original variety pack for those of you die-hard lime, strawberry, black cherry, mango fans. But the Remix Pack is strawberry, pineapple, cranberry, and grapefruit. Grapefruit. I'm like, what is it? It's a really common seltzer flavor. Like, why am I blanking on this? So yeah, it has those flavors in it, and I actually picked one up by my house not too long ago, and it's awesome. The pineapple is really good. The cranberry is fantastic. Yeah, it's awesome. It's just something fun, a little bit different.
Cool.
More flavors. Always more flavors at the seltzer. No peppermint and gingerbread yet. No pumpkin yet.
Yeah, that one, I would like to taste that because it just doesn't sound appealing to me.
Well, we'll have to see when it comes. I've only seen mock-ups of it so far, so it's still in its infancy. But
Tastes
it's going to
good
be
on
in
paper.
an ugly sweater. Yeah, right. It's going to be in an ugly sweater like variety pack. That's going to look. Everybody loves ugly sweater time around the holidays, so it'll play into that. It's mainly meant to be just a fun, not so serious.
Sounds like a really fun event I'm about to plan.
Yeah, exactly.
Bud Light Platinum.
Thursday nights.
Platinum Seltzer, new and 8%.
Yeah, so Bud Light Platinum is the official sponsor of Thursday Night Football. And
This is Bud Light Platinum, the beer.
Yep, Bud Light Platinum
Okay.
the beer. So as an extension, the new launch of Bud Light Platinum Seltzer will also be featured for Thursday Night Football. So there'll be lots of cool things to come there.
So what is Bud Light Platinum seltzer?
So it's 8%, like Cassie said. Bud Light Platinum obviously is the higher alcohol version of Bud Light, right? It's meant for the night, brewed for the night.
I love that.
Yeah, it's cool, right?
I love that.
Yeah, actually that works. Like that whole campaign works for them. And then so seltzer is Bud Light Platinum Seltzer is an extension of that. So it's definitely going to be higher octane. It's targeted towards that cocktail drinker, somebody who's normally going to be going for a late night cocktail, or may just be a straight spirits drinker. So it's got that little extra punch, and it's blood orange, citrus, and I forget the other flavor. I'm drawing a blank on that. Cassie, what was the other one? Citrus, blood orange, and
I feel like that was something
mixed
great.
berry.
Mixed berry.
Yep, so it's a berry, citrus, and blood orange. I actually had the chance to try the citrus and the berry, and they are good.
I'm
They're
intrigued
really
by the
good.
blood orange.
So, you know what they remind me of? Old school original spike seltzer, the 6% spike seltzer flavors.
That's what it tastes like. Maybe
yeah.
it's the same.
It's
Who knows?
similar. Yeah, so it's it'll be interesting to see what that does. And we just, we're starting small with it. I think we just got our first, major drop of it. So in the next probably 2 weeks, you'll start to see it everywhere. And it's going to be cool. It's a really cool, dark blue package, dark blue and white.
Right.
Very kind of.
Well, that's the Bud Light Platinum.
Yeah.
That was a short.
And it'll resonate with those folks who loved platinum.
Oh, for sure. That's exactly.
High ABV.
That's exactly what it's going for.
Platinum
Be
experience.
careful.
It's the platinum experience.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean,
Yep.
you can have a regular experience, and then you can have a platinum.
It's true. What good is a regular experience?
Always go for the
Is that
platinum.
just
When you
like
have
a plain
platinum.
metal? Is that an aluminum experience? Is it
It's
steel?
like
What is
Uber.
it?
It's like Uber.
I've often thought about their spokesperson for that too. They should have Master P because remember he had the platinum
That
teeth.
yes.
I know.
Oh,
I think
Bill.
about things. I'm a thinker.
Did you hear that Cardi B and Offset are getting divorced?
I
don't know
actually
who
heard
Offset
that on
is.
the radio this morning, and I'm ashamed of myself for knowing that.
I didn't know who they were. I had to Google it. I mean,
What?
I've heard Cardi B. I don't know.
Can I just say one thing about Cardi B?
I don't know that we want you to, Bill, because I think I know
it's
the
really
direction
funny.
you're going with this.
So someone sent me a link to a video of one of her songs. Now I don't know Cardi B. Let me be quite honest with the listening audience. Not my bag, baby. Not my bag.
This is not Bill's wheelhouse.
Not my
Cardi
bag,
B
baby.
Is not Bill's wheelhouse.
And look, I'm worldly. It's just that it's not my thing. So, anyways, a friend sent me the video. I laughed after watching about, I don't know, T-minus 30 seconds of it, and I sent it to my wife, and
how'd that go over?
she didn't like it.
Yeah, no.
She goes, "What is wrong with you?
Knowing what I know
You
about
have
your
problems."
wife, I can imagine.
And I laughed, and I said, "Well, misery loves company. I just thought I would share this." And I said, "It's ridiculous that this is what society has come to." And she goes, "Yeah." So
My girlfriend has showed me some lyrics from a Cardi B, and I can't remember what it was. And I said,
it's probably the most recent one that has
That's
the
the one I'm
world a bit
talking
on
about.
fire.
and I'm like, this would be great to be like the Brian Williams slow jam.
Oh my
thing.
God, no.
and doing like the poetry reading. Hey, baby, I want you to.
Wow. Wow.
I'm just imagining that right now, and I'm imagining Bill doing the poetry reading.
Yeah.
Like I'm imagining Bill in the corduroy pants that he used to wear way
Yeah.
back in the day.
Yeah.
Like showing up to like the poetry slam.
Yeah.
And reading Cardi B lyrics.
I just want snaps. You know, that's what they give you, the snaps.
Reading some
With
Cardi
his
B
green
lyrics.
tea.
Look, the green tea is a thing of life, people. I mean, you got to have it.
But it's when you have to go back to being the man in black when all you did was wear all black.
Well, it was slimming.
It was slimming. Well, that fits with your poetry reading. It's artsy. It'll be perfect.
I just missed mascara. I mean, that was it. And then I could have totally
Yeah.
been poetry Bill. I mean, that would have been me.
We could paint your fingernails.
That-
I don't have any.
It's funny. I'm looking at your truck over there, and I see a big old Cutwater on the side. Have you moved off of beer branding on the side of your vehicles, or
All branding on the side of the vehicle.
is it?
Well, it's we try and keep the priority brands, and that's probably a really annoying way to say it. Like it's like influencers being like, I need to get my content. We're like, these are priority brands. But Cutwater is such a monster now, we can't ignore that any longer. It's earned a spot on the vehicles.
What's new with them?
A lot is new with them, right? We've got a rum and mint mojito that I have not had a chance to try yet.
What was
but
the first
I'm
word
excited.
you said?
Ramen?
Tastes.
Rum and mint mojito.
Oh,
Just-
did you hear ramen?
Yes.
And I'm like,
Ramen.
okay,
Ramen
then
mojito?
put that in with the pepperoni
This
and the
could be
gingerbread.
interesting. This could be interesting. Oh, pepperoni seltzer.
peppermint
No,
and
it
gingerbread.
is. It tastes like the mojito you would get in the Caribbean
yeah.
without the mint leaves, like without the.
The pop.
I just got a mint leaf
And the
in my
sand,
mouth.
Yeah,
and the
without
sun,
sand.
the clear blue water.
Yeah, so it's basically with all the fun stuff. But whatever, we make it easy for you to drink so that
There
you
you
can feel like
go.
you're somewhere fun.
Pop the lid.
Pop
Pop the
and
lid and go.
pour.
Yeah, so that's a new one. There's also a tequila variety pack, which I think is really cool. Nobody has done anything like that, and tequila is just on fire right now.
En fuego.
Especially en fuego,
Yeah.
en fuego, especially with the younger 21 to 30 something crowd. So that one has a Paloma, a tequila soda with lime, and then a margarita in that variety pack.
Ooh.
Which is cool. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I'm not a huge tequila fan. I wrestled with it in high school once, and it won.
Yeah, I think most people have that story.
High school.
You know,
It's kind of
Yeah,
stuck
I
with me.
reckon.
The statute of limitations has expired,
Yeah,
Cassie.
exactly.
I'm good.
Yeah, you're
I'm
good.
good.
You're good.
do they do any like gin fizzes or anything like that?
They don't do a gin fizz, but they probably should. That would be a cool one.
So funny story about that, and I'll make it quick.
Gin fizzes take a long time.
well,
too.
this is the
they're
story,
so
and I'll make
yummy.
it
Isn't
quick.
that like egg white?
Yeah, so I was in D.C., and there was this bartender, and this is when mixology, I mean, it's still big, but he was wearing the leather apron, had the Pringles mustache, and like all that, and he really took pride in what he did. And I asked him, I said, what's the hardest drink to make? I said, what's the one where someone asked that, and you just go, oh, God, I don't make this, you know? And he goes, a Ramos Gin Fizz. And I was like, okay.
I'll take that.
So I waited, right? So I was going around to a couple different restaurants, and I went up to a guy, had the leather smock and the mustache, and I was like, he goes, what do you want? I said, Ramos Gin Fizz, and he started making it, and after the look, you know. And I said, can you make that with your non-dominant hand? I'm pretty sure it'll smell better and taste better, you know, because they have to shake, you know, they get really into the shaking.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and they got to shake it for like 5 minutes. And then when I asked him to do it in the non-dominant hand, the look was phenomenal. So that's my go-to. If you ever hear someone at the bar saying, Ramos Gin Fizz, non-dominant hand, Katcef's here.
Yeah, that's
Way back when I tended bar, when the movie Cocktail came out.
Oh, God, yes. Tom Cruise at his best, by the way.
And I can't remember what the name of the drink was. I mean, we were tending beer and we were doing like fuzzy navels were the drink at the time and everything. Okay, it was very, very simple. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, nostalgia.
I would have killed myself if I had a 10 bar today, but everybody came in asking for that drink that was featured in that movie.
What was that?
And it wasn't a drink; it didn't exist, and it was hysterical because it was just like every guy trying to impress his girl, saying, "Yeah, I'll take the whatever it was."
It was the Scientologist, is what it was.
Yeah, probably. And so what we do is we said, okay, well, if how do you want it made, which throws them for a loop because they have no idea what's in it.
Right.
And they're like, oh, well, just how you normally do it. Now they've got to save face with their women. And then they turn around and say, well, if we make it, you've got to pay for it because this is a premium cocktail and it's going to cost you $12. And this is back in, 1990, 88, 89, 90, something.
Yeah,
so that was
something
a
like
huge
that.
thing. Now, we've totally called them on the table. They're there with their dates, and, I mean, you can't back down at that point, right? I mean, that's
Right.
just... absolutely. So then it was like anisette, tequila, little
Orange
gin,
whips.
little...
Orange whips.
Okay.
And it's apparently rum and vodka with cream and orange juice.
Oh, we just put all sorts of crap in there that was just the most disgusting thing you
God.
could possibly imagine. And we put it down there. We
sounds
take
like
their
jungle
$12.
juice out of a trash can in college.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait, stop. You drink jungle juice out of a trash can in college?
The statute of limitations has expired again, Cassie. So.
What do you expect? She went to Virginia Tech. Are you
I mean,
surprised?
Yeah.
every
Sorry.
fraternity party had it.
I mean,
Literally,
I went to.
I remember buying everything from Sam's Club with one of my best friends, and we just rolled in and started dumping it all in a trash can.
Oh, man.
See, we used to dump it in big coolers so that you could, like...
I mean, the trash can was clean, I think.
you
I don't
think,
really know.
yeah.
Maybe that's why I got mine.
Cassie, you're opening some doors
think
here
that's
for
right.
some more.
Everyone had mono in college.
I don't
That's
think
how that
Yeah, I
happens.
don't think that's how you get mono in college, Cass.
Oh, that's
All right.
funny.
Come on.
But yeah,
Move
no, so we
on.
would make them and watch them, like, gag on this.
Yeah.
And that was our sense of satisfaction
Yeah.
as they went, okay, now don't ever do that crap again, buddy.
Well, what do they call that? God, I should know this because I bartended for however many years. When they take whatever is left on the bar mats and pour it into.
Oh, yeah.
What
heard
is
of
that?
That's worse than the trash can.
Well, you don't actually drink it. You
Well-
planned to and drank the trash can. This is not something you actually drink, but that's what I imagine John's.
Yeah,
drinking.
yeah,
He
it's
was
pretty
making
close.
These guys taste
I don't-
like.
That must have been, whatever that
Oh,
was, must
woof.
have been invented after I retired from the bartending days, because I don't ever remember.
The bar mat thing?
Yeah, whatever you pour it out and call it, I mean.
Well, you call that all kinds of diseases in a
Yeah.
glass.
I'm
You call
sure.
that.
I'm sure.
You call that really,
Bill's
really
eyeballs
disgusting.
right now.
I'm a prude when it comes to this because there's no chance of
thought I
drinking
was
out
a
of a trash
prude.
can, and there's no chance.
I'm surprised you never drank jungle juice from a trash can, Bill.
I mean, again,
I
most
feel like
of
back
my
in the
life was
days
spent.
where Fun Bill, back in the days of Fun Bill.
Fun Bill drank 40s back in the day.
Yeah, I can see that. Too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I remember my first experience with a 40. I was working in Atlantic City as a parking lot attendant.
Here we go.
And we
this is how every good story
Yeah.
starts.
and we had some upfront spots that we could give away for tips,
Yeah.
like close and everything else. And this guy comes and says, "Hey man, I ain't got no tips, but I give you some." And we're like, we're underage. We're like, "Hey, cool, beer,
Sounds
absolutely." Park in there. They locked it up. He went, and we opened it up, and it was Colt 45, and we took a big old swig of that and realized that Colt 45 was not the beer for us, and we were
Yeah.
like, "Oh man, we got ripped off."
Yeah, that's a sad moment when
was.
you realize that. That's a tough.
It was.
moment.
It was a palate building moment.
Yeah.
So,
Billy D.
Bill,
Williams.
did they
Yeah.
Did they, when you got knighted in
Yeah.
Belgium, is
Yeah.
like part of that process you have to like take an oath that you never drank jungle juice from a trash can?
Yeah, I mean, when you're listening to the king and all those people speaking Flemish, you're just like, okay, I'm making this out halfway. Okay, yeah, no jungle juice.
Yeah, no jungle
And
juice.
yeah, and that
okay.
was in the very end.
40s are okay, but no jungle juice
yeah,
from a trash can.
Yeah, and you just
Just
like,
wanted to be clear.
Cool.
it's the sanitary thing.
It's the sanitary thing.
So, well, I'll tell you, the weather looks great. We're wrapping up. I mean, I'm loving the pseudo-fall weather, even though we've got a little bit of a haze from the California fires that's
Yeah, it's
in the area. The sunrises in the last couple days have been very bizarre.
Yeah, the sunsets too.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys get going for the weekend?
Well, I'll start and tell you that I'm working on. I have an old car that I'm working on, and I'm finishing up doing some stuff to that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's exciting.
for me it is.
I know it is.
Well, Friday is actually Global Beer Responsible Day, so we're going to be encouraging folks all weekend long to always drink wiser. Drink a glass of water between every bud.
Make good choices.
And be responsible, or just be beer responsible?
Be both.
Okay.
Be both.
So it's not a weekend for irresponsibility.
Never.
But to be reminded that every day is a day to be responsible. Anheuser-Busch has been promoting this day for the last 11 years.
God, has it really been
so we of course support as well and encourage everyone to always make it home safely if you're
And
out
I
about.
will say, I mean, just in the beer industry, I mean, back from my bartending days, I mean, we've never really thought about that. We realized when people got too drunk and we cut them off and everything else, but it was never really it's so changed, and I think it's just so changed for the good. I mean, you've turned into all these corporately responsible people that are doing this.
And too, the 0% alcohol beers are becoming very, very popular.
Yep.
Budweiser Zero is new and out on the shelf, and this day is in collaboration with Bud Zero. If you don't wish to drink or you're the designated driver, it tastes just like a Bud, so have one.
Bud Zero
Or
tastes
two.
just like a Bud?
Or three.
0% alcohol and 55 calories, though.
I'm going to stop at Bay Ridge and give it a shot
You should. It's good.
on the way home.
Yeah. It's come a long way. Like, non-alcoholic beer has come a long way from, the originals to that category and having such limited options. There's so many options now. And between that and mocktails and, all of these other things that just kind of play into the idea of social drinking, but without the alcohol. It's been just really in the last 2 years, I feel like that's really exploded.
What was the original non-alcoholic,
Oh, God.
I don't know who the
It
original
was,
was.
It had to have been Old Duels.
I think
Redbridge?
that you're
That-
right.
No,
That's
Redbridge
up
is gluten-free.
Oh,
Not
that's
out
right.
yet.
I mean,
think
St.
O'Doul's
Pauli Girl
is
was
it.
St. Pauli Girl was
Pauli.
big
Pauli
in there.
Girl.
Yeah.
Maybe St. Pauli's.
I think O'Doul's is above or older than St. Pauli, though. I think that AB made the original non-alcoholic, and then obviously you have so many iterations now of like German brands and everything, but like even
Everything
craft.
down to Bush NA. You value
But
NA.
you got to say it right, Lauren.
Bush.
So yeah,
We should totally end on that note. We're outside.
yeah.
Bush.
But there's no trickling stream behind us.
Well, you were
Wait a
supposed to
minute.
do the action of the stream, Lauren.
I'm sorry. I'm not really good with that.
Ready? Bush.
This has been an update from Ion Annapolis. Please visit us at ionannapolis.net. Follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Ion Annapolis. And if you haven't subscribed to the Daily News Brief podcast, go for it. And all of your local news will be delivered to your phone, tablet, or smart device by 6 a.m. every Monday through Friday.